Today is May 12th and it was really warm for a while and then it decided to freeze the other night, so that's kind of put a delay in things, but the last frost date is in 2 days, so that's pretty exciting. And we do have some things started here. I've started all these indoors. So I mean, we have red cabbages, green cabbages, Brussels sprouts in the middle. I tried to plant them every other one, so that pretty thing. But that way it might end up looking really nice and colorful when it's all done. I tried to plant a lot of peas along that rope and they didn't take because I started too early. So down here where it actually, those posts are, that's where the peas started that actually are living. So here we have some kale, some more collards, Brussels sprouts, cabbage. I learned I loved Brussels sprouts last year, so we are going crazy on the Brussels sprouts. And I just am in love with these purple ones. It's a mammoth red cabbage. And then we got some kale growing up pretty nicely down here. This was an experiment, something new I'm trying. I tried to grow celery. So they are really little for now, but hopefully they'll get big and yummy. All my peas over here. I don't know how well you can see those, but they're just about every 2 inches the whole length of this. There are a ton of them. Then we go, I had started a bunch of radishes and Swiss chard and other things here, but the only thing that actually took were the radishes. Now granted, I started them really early, so I think that's why. Ended up buying these from the store, well, the greenhouse nursery. They are kohlrabi, and they started out looking really bad, but they're starting to get pretty big, which is nice. And then these are some Brussels sprouts that I bought from a nursery as well. I think mine are probably looking just as good. And then that ends the peas down that way. And I keep failing at carrots, so I'm attempting them over there. On the other side of this, I started a bunch of raspberries and goji berries, gooseberries, and I think an elderberry. Along here we have some more kales, brassicas. These are all pak choys, but they're, you can see there's holes in them for some reason. Some sort of pests are getting to all the pak choys. Some cabbages, which are growing up pretty beautifully. Some kales. Tried to do a lot of purple things this year, so here's the scarlet kale. Let me go through the trellis here. We have a bunch of peas down along here, the whole way down. We have corn. I'm going to try to plant like one row and then like maybe a few days later another row and then keep going. And I can't really plant in here at the moment because I have all these little baby radishes growing. Started those really early too. I don't think the soil over here is very great though, so it's probably why they're slow. I started a few things here. There's a few things that are growing, but again, have these, this is a mustard. Has all these holes in it. So we'll see how this stuff turns out. And I had put up these beautiful cattle panels this year. This is something new. So I'm going to put cucumbers on these ones. And then the ones in the center throughout the garden here. I have 3 of them. Those are going to do melons, like cantaloupes, watermelons. I also added a beautiful pond addition. So I'm pretty excited about the pond. I'm not putting any fish in it. I just want to have like frogs, frogs lay their tadpoles, and like toads and things like that in it. And I think I'm gonna do beans back between those sticks back there. I put potatoes in here, but because of the frost, we put a blanket over them. Sorry, we're going in circles. Over here, I kind of skipped it, but here's another thing of celery. So they're going okay. Some grass and stuff growing up in there. So work at that. These are spinach that I just planted out today. They're still really baby, but hopefully they'll grow up nicely. Over here I started a bunch of lettuce. So each row is a different kind of lettuce or green leafy thing. And I did like red, green, red, green, red, green. So that should look pretty cool if it makes it. Over here I have a whole line of onions going down there, and then they also go the whole length over to the gate. But look at these strawberries. Strawberries are very exciting. I started these last year, had a few plants survive. Most of them ended up dying that I bought. So I'm really excited that these have done so well. And I framed it in, trying to keep them kind of contained and give it a border. But I do plan on putting the strawberry runners and filling in all the holes. Over here, got some more onions. And then I just planted a bunch of radishes and beets where it's tilled there. And back here I have like kales, cabbages, little things like that growing. This little raised bed here, I put in carrots in it. They haven't started yet. And I have a few extra peas in the back there. I have onions along the whole length over to that gate there. And this bed is a bunch of mixed radishes. Looks like I have a few. Like, let's pop this baby up. Look at that beauty. So pretty. So got some got some radishes, which are really yummy. I was eating them yesterday with some Italian dressing. Then over here, they're kind of harder to see, and I think they got some damage because of the cold and the sun and stuff, but got a bunch more cabbages, Brussels sprouts. I got some broccoli over here. I never can seem to succeed with broccoli, but maybe this year will be different. My beautiful arched trellis. These I bought from a local nursery. These are celery. So they are, of course, looking really good. Let's see what else we got here. We got some more little broccolis. These are cabbages that I got from a nursery, and they as well have some damage on them. Over here is my lettuce bed that is looking beautiful. I could never grow lettuce, so I am super excited about all the lettuce that's starting. And the sun's coming out. And I think the last thing is just some more cabbages and broccoli, Brussels sprouts over here. I went a little crazy with all the cold weather things because I can't stand not doing something all winter. But that's kind of a overview of everything. And the sun's coming out. So May 12th, soon we'll be able to move everything out of here. But thought it was a good update as of before the frost.